Hey, everybody. Hi, guys. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Lori.
Hi,
Hi,
Steve.
guys. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Lori's kind of a new face on the opening, isn't she?
Yes, we're covering the United States today.
Yeah, Lori's
right.
Lori's going to give us an update on the Newfoundlands that we had on. Well, we
Wonderful.
got a big show today. Well, we've got some dogs on that are just amazing, and we've got Link and Sally Sue with Great Pyrenees Rescue Society. We've got Bert with the Great Pyrenees Rescue and Sanctuary in Colorado. Everybody knows him as PyRescue. So, wow, ain't that something? So, anyway, how's everybody doing? I want to get moving on it. Anybody have anything to open with before I go? Am I forgetting anything? Let's see. Yes, I am forgetting something. But we'll let Michelle talk about it when she comes up. They started their fundraiser in Colorado. So Michelle will cover that when she comes up. And we're going to get going. What do you think?
Let's go.
Oh,
And Lori, how's the weather in New York?
on again, off again, sun and a little warm, but well, it's not raining today. Yesterday,
All right.
heavy thunder showers, little lightning, but it's nice today. Thanks.
I don't have to ask Lisa how the weather is, 'cause I know how it is. It's hot.
Just
Not
plain
even
hot,
Arizona.
right?
She's in Arizona.
Yeah, it's hot.
All right. So our first dog we're bringing up, I'll tell you what, he's sure is a cute little guy, and exactly that, little guy. Okay, he's little. If he were all peer, he'd be a pocket peer, but he's too big to be a Australian, or yeah, a little bigger than Aussies. But hey, who cares? It's Link. And there he is. Looky here now. Um, he is a little guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's about 55 pounds right now.
Wow. And he's 3 years old, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know for sure, but he's mellowed out enough that he's not, not a teenager anymore, but he's still pretty playful too.
Well, he's got his Aussie moments, right?
Yes, exactly.
Wow. I'll tell you what, I told you this before we came on, and we had to put it in the video, but his video of him walking with your resident dog, is that who that was?
Yeah, that was Bernie.
Bernie. I got that right. I couldn't tell your two peers apart. Sorry.
Okay.
But I got lucky on that one. I shut my eyes and picked a name. But yeah, are they that good of friends?
Sometimes. I mean, Link thinks he's better friends with both of our dogs than they think they are with him. They're
Gotcha.
definitely more. They have that work ethic of the peers, and he's just all play. So that's the main personality difference we're seeing over here. Is he just wants to
Well,
play?
yeah, that's the difference between a guardian breed and a non-guardian breed.
Yeah, exactly.
So how did he come into rescue? Does anybody know?
We don't know. We know that he was in a shelter for about a month and then was at headquarters for about another month. But I don't think we have any backstory beyond that.
Okay. So how long did you say you had him?
He's been with us for 3 weeks now.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's doing really well, isn't he?
Yeah, for the most part.
A couple of the videos that you had sent me was of him learning new things. Okay, with the treats.
Yeah.
And that was a dog bed that he was on.
It's a like twin-sized bed, but we've turned it into a dog bed in a room he can
And
hang
how
out
is he progressing as he learns new things? I heard he's pretty smart.
He's super smart. He has mastered a lot of cues very, very quickly.
Wow.
Yeah.
His face, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, he's super duper cute.
And this one here, what's he thinking about? Any idea?
I think that's I want someone to play with me, but I'm just going to wait patiently until they do sort of a face.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how does he do on a leash when you walk him?
For the most part, he's pretty good. He does pull a little bit, so we've been working on that. And he is very excited about meeting other dogs. So he does have moments where he, it's not full on leash frustration at this point, but there's definitely a lot of jumping, barking to try to get the other dog's attention sort of stuff.
That sounds more like excitement control.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's just so excited to meet anything new.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. And has he had a good weight? You didn't have to take any on or add any?
We're trying to bulk him up a little bit. He's on the skinny side, though you wouldn't tell it because he's got all that
fur.
You can't see it, but you can feel it.
Yeah, his ribs are still a little too prominent, and his
I guess I got to ask, since me and Dave are the only two men here, is he a daddy's boy or a mama's boy?
He will take any affection he can get.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't feel surrounded anymore, Dave, by the way. I think that was your name. I'll just call you Link. That's what the message says here.
Dave.
So now he's got an interesting relationship with cats. It's not that he doesn't like them.
No. Yeah. So we have 3 cats, and he was cat tested at headquarters.
Yeah, I think we saw that.
Yeah. He doesn't want to hurt the cats. He's just a little too excited about the cats. And it seems like his shepherding kind of prey drive comes out sometimes when they run around.
Or he just wants to play with them, and they keep running. So they keep joining the game, and the game gets better and better every time.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And
there's a possibility that if you had a cat that approached him and didn't run away, then you would learn a lot more.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's impossible for him to end up in a home with cats, but right now our
Probably
cats
better off without
him. So
yeah, because your cats wouldn't appreciate it, is why.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but you're pretty sure he doesn't want to hurt anything, right?
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he just wants to play.
And better with them too.
When he first came in, he's just so good looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really pretty dog.
And then you took it all away from him. Hey, I just thought of that, all right? It's just now. Impromptu. Okay. So what kind of home do you think he would need?
I think he'd do good in a lot of homes. So I think as long as there's a playful dog, he's really good in the car. He likes going on walks or hikes. He does not tire easily. He's not going to sit down mid-walk and stop. He will keep going for hours. If
obviously not much peer in him then, huh?
Yeah. Aesthetically, he's got the floof. He doesn't have the double dews or anything like that. His feet are pretty small. He's got some of the chill moments of a peer, but yeah, he's just a great dog.
He actually does a little bit of fetch too.
Yeah.
Just very not pure.
Oh, cool. Because anybody that owns a Great Pyrenees knows that if you throw it to the pier, it's his. He's not bringing it back.
Yeah.
Wow. So he would do best with a companion to play with, because if somebody tried to adopt him as an only dog, he would run them to death, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't necessarily need a full-time mentor because of his age, right?
No, and he's pretty confident too. He doesn't have any like shyness or kind of.
Yeah. Well, confidence wasn't an issue. You proved it there. Okay.
No,
you won't live that one down. Okay. I do that with any of them that dress their dogs up. We had one with one of the rescues that had an Akbash with little bunny ears on him, and I mentioned something. I says, and if you foster, you can make your Akbash look like that even. So, all right. Now I've got all these pictures up here of him. I don't know what to say because we don't have time to show them all. But I really had my eye on that boy. And at first I was wondering, where do they get an Aussie? But right there, I see where.
And
right?
we do.
I would have guessed collie.
DNA test out, so we're waiting to get those results, and I'll definitely update you if we find out he's something other than Australian Shepherd.
Okay.
He has the feathering on the backs of his legs, like
Okay.
a lot of. It could be collie too, though. There's a number of breeds that have that.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can show you. He's got the little feathering.
Oh yeah.
in here.
But don't the collies have that too? I'm
They do.
curious.
There's a
Let me
number of
know.
breeds that do.
Send me an email or something when you get his or we'll have him back on and show everybody the result. We can do that. I guess I better start looking at comments for a second here, because I got to remember that Lisa is. I got a brand new mouse here that is really been acting up, and I don't have a mouse right now. So maybe, can you see oh, there we go. It was on the other monitor. All right, let's try the comments again. Whoops, wrong comment. I promised StreamYard didn't comment. The mouse is just real fast. Hi, Debbie. Debbie has Nellie and Bodie now too. We're gonna get them on. Matter of fact, she's already scheduled, but Debbie thinks he's a big cutie pie.
Yeah.
You guys ever trade with other fosters because you want that good looking dog versus that good looking dog? I've always wondered that. And Vivian, Vivian, he is a happy boy, isn't he? Yes. So,
The playful one.
Okay. But I don't, we got to move on here. Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org. That's where it's happening. That's where link is. And man, and also if you go to GPRS's YouTube channel, it's YouTube / GPRS Peers. Okay. That's their YouTube address. And his video along with a lot of other videos are up there. And you can also watch the show from there. We stream to the GPRS YouTube channel. But wow, what a boy!
He's not.
And his bio is also on the YouTube channel. You didn't know that one, did you? Yeah, his bio is in two places, on the GPRS website and the GPRS YouTube channel. So, wow, he just calmed down. Did he die? Heart attack or something?
I think he heard something outside and decided to just freeze.
Yeah. Right. Wow, Kate, thanks so much for bringing him on, and and we'll bring you over to the side where they are, because you said that you can stay for the show. And if he's got to go out, you can go out. Bring one of the alumni in.
Maybe we will
can see them too. We like doing that too.
We
so we do have Sally Sue waiting down there, and I hope so. Whoever adopts her, they actually don't change her name. I like Link's name too, but it can get really interesting if you're a computer person, okay, or an internet person. So, and you know that in emails, don't you? I had to do what I did. Here's Link's link. All right. But yeah, seeing one of your alumni would be no problem whatsoever.
Great.
Now, moving on, we have man, a really good girl coming up here.
Mhm.
She, I don't know why she's in rescue. How did she end up in rescue? You know? And sometimes we ask that. Link, yeah, maybe it's too excitable for his other family, or maybe he got away from him and nobody wanted him back. But, you know, we got to change our mentality in our society one of these days. All right. Because we don't, the first thing we do is dump the dog. Let's stop doing that. All right.
Mhm.
I wasn't raised that way.
Stop.
So if I move, I'm going to make sure they take my dogs, or I ain't going there. They got they got plenty of other people who will take that place that doesn't take dogs. So
The commitment. Yep.
yeah.
Yes.
So
A lifetime
I need
commitment.
my dogs. They need me, but I also need my dogs.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's move on and let's get Sally Sue coming up here. Wonder where her video is. Oh, I know where it is. It's on YouTube. Go ahead and take over for a minute, Lisa, while I maybe get Sally Sue's video up here.
Okay.
I'm gonna make you big, so be careful.
Okay. Ah.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Maybe I'll make you big.
Yes,
You don't
please.
have a login today. Something happened to your login.
Right. I was having
Yeah.
computer difficulties. StreamYard, I'm going to blame it on.
There you go. Let's do that. Yeah, let's blame it on StreamYard. Now,
Davey.
I was going to ask you to talk about something. I can't remember what it was now.
I'm going to
Okay,
just
here's
give a
what we're
little
going to do.
You got your video?
Not yet. I got to upload it. I'm going to ask
little
Lori
summary.
to. What's that?
I'm going to give a little summary about Link again. Maybe if some late people.
Okay, yeah,
joining
let's do that
So-
while I do my job.
Here's a sweet 3-year-old for somebody that's looking for a pure mix that has probably a little more energy that we heard about from Kate and Dave than our peers do. Gets along with other dogs. Would be good with slow introduction to cats and more for that family, that active family that's looking for a new family member. And you can go to GPRS, Great Pyrenees Rescue Society.org, and you can see his videos and his bio and complete an application from him. Kate, does he go in the crate? Is he crate trained?
He does. Yeah. We didn't even
Yes.
need to do any work. He goes in there at bedtime when he's ready.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Crate trained, leash trained, likes to ride in the car. Here's your
Yeah.
next family member.
Well, you're not going to believe this. I just had to delete some of those pictures of Link because we had too many pictures. It wouldn't let me add a video. Can you believe that? Yeah, we're limited to 100. We have over 100 pictures up.
We filled it up.
Yeah, but anyway, Sally Sue's uploading right now, and we don't want to bring Mark up until we like prime the crowd, if you may.
Yeah.
And we've got one today too, so we've got some good people in here. And what's this say? I didn't read it first. Usually I read them first. Davey, Great Pyrenees. Oh, GPRS. Oh, he misses you guys.
We've got an alumni, Vivian.
Yeah. He says he misses all of you. Well, that's a good miss. All right. That's how I'm going to put it. All right. As soon as this is done processing, sorry, Mark, but I missed that one. That's okay. I completely forgot Link. I had to edit him in. I had to show schedule and I forgot Link. Don't tell Link that because he might get a complex.
So I'm looking at you.
Don't worry, I got enough of a complex to cover his too. So because I felt bad. But yeah. Anyway, it's almost done processing. It's not a very big video. It's not very long, but it really a good video because this is a really good dog, and I can't wait to. Here it is. Hey, we're off the hook now. And there she is, another star of the show. Look at that.
Look at.
Wow, look how mellow she looks.
Oh, she is at times when she's laying in the house or outside chilling out, she's mellow. Other times she is very active. She's
Wow. I
a
know.
wonderful
We
girl.
saw the holes in your backyard.
Well, that's my front yard. My backyard's nice and smooth.
Oh, okay. But she didn't make all those holes, did she?
Oh, she definitely helped.
Okay. Now, I
Those
think we're going to
holes
try
are
to. We're
new
talking.
or holes that have been redug numerous times. My dogs all like to dig. And of course, the fosters just go like, oh, that's fun. Let's do that. But Sally Sue also enhances her own entertainment. She's very much still the puppy behavior stage where she takes everything that is not nailed down.
Okay.
She loves any kind of paper. She runs outside with that, plays with it, shreds it.
She's a
Boxes.
thief.
She will make shreds out of boxes. So I just get mad at her a little bit. I walk outside, shake my head, pick everything up. I tell her not to do it again, which is kind of pointless because she's already done.
Kind of pointless.
That is her only bad habit.
Okay. Now we saw in the video just now that you fostered over 50 dogs.
Wow.
And now
Yeah,
worn out a shovel. If anybody's got a spare shovel, send to Mark. He would appreciate it.
Square nose shovel. Sally Sue is about 15 months old. And as the video said, she is fully crate trained. I just guide her into her crate. She goes in, she lays down, she eats at her crate, like half in her crate, half out. And this is her normal loving stage. I'm not really holding her other than to have her up in my lap for the video. But she has pretty much decided that I'm her person. Of course, I'm the only one around right now.
Well, I guess that's easy to pick then, huh?
Yes. She is very loving. She comes up for love. See, I'm not scratching her enough. She comes over. She wants scratches all the time. She wants pets. She's very good.
She's beautiful.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, she is.
And
How long was she at headquarters before you got her?
I don't know.
Okay. Because she was, we remember we did that peer parade from the GPRS headquarters that week. She wasn't in there. And we did a follow-up video that hasn't been played yet, but we just may debut it today because I might get fired, but we just might debut it today. Because there's some cool stuff in there, and most of it's relatively accurate, except Sally Sue has a home now. Okay,
Yeah.
she has a foster home. She's one of the lucky ones. Over 50 dogs now. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's not as many as some.
Right, but that's a lot of dogs, and you still bring in more.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Well, I'm greedy that way because
You're greedy
I
that
like lots
way.
of love.
I like that outlook.
I love the. I don't want to sound redundant, but I love the love that these dogs bring into your life.
Well, that's not redundant.
Sally
That's just
Sue,
fact.
she comes over, she climbs up on the bed and says, "You may pet me."
Oh,
You may pet me
you're
all
allowed
the
to pet
time.
her. Looks like she wants to go.
Yeah, it's because the boys are outside and they're barking and making noise, so she's going to have to go out there and be part of it.
And she's allowed to, right?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. About the only time I don't like any noise or when they're barking is when I get up at 5:30 in the morning to let them out and feed them their breakfast. And I want to lay down for a little while longer. And I don't know if you can hear it, but the one barking now is Ranger. Ranger's one of my GPRS foster fails.
Right. He's an alumni.
Yeah, he's alumni.
Please touch on one other thing. You have another foster there, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Um,
Magnolia is her name. Now, Mags, what I call her, she's deaf. So I'm trying to sign for her.
the folks at the
Teach her
Colorado
sign.
Rescue want to know if you have a clone, if they can clone you, because they need somebody like you in Colorado too.
Well, if they buy me a house in Littleton, Colorado, I'll come up here.
All right, Judy, he's willing. All right.
Negotiating. I love it.
But now you have Magnolia, and
Yes.
and she's deaf. Why? So how is that different with a deaf dog? She can't hear. We get that part.
Well, the deaf dogs, if they don't know the sign, it's hard to verbalize, talk to them. So they have to go a lot more on the feelings and your reactions to things.
And
So you
your
have
other
to be a lot
dogs.
more animated when you're talking. It's like if you're saying you're happy, you really want to emphasize it with the smile and the sparkly eyes and the excited movements.
Okay. All right. I was just curious about that. We can't spend too much time on her yet. Now we do want to feature her one of these days. You just barely got her, didn't you?
Yeah.
I've had her 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Still with a deaf dog, not a lot of time to settle in, except she's probably doing well, isn't she?
Yes,
Yeah.
she's doing very well. She is doing very well.
Because you have some great mentor dogs there, and
Mhm.
and it's interesting that Sally Sue kind of picked up that role when she is the one that also needs a mentor because she hasn't been there a real long time, right?
No, she's been here 3 weeks.
Okay, still not a real long time. Ranger is normally your mentor dog, right?
Well, Ranger is my active teaching fosters how to play dog.
Yeah, that's the mentoring.
And Russell, he's my older teaching him how to chill dog.
No, perfect. Yeah.
So they make
there you
a
go.
great
Link may
team.
have gone. Maybe Link could have gone to you even too. All right. So now we have two
I don't know,
places,
Steve.
active dogs can go.
If Link had come to me, we might not be having this video right now.
And you know, when I first saw him, I told my wife same thing. I hope they don't ask me to foster that dog because they ain't getting him back. Anyway, GreatPyreneesRescueSociety.org. That's where everything's happening. Mark, we have to move to Colorado. Put your jacket on. It's I think it's chilly up there.
Well, I know it's hot there right now.
Oh, is it hot there? Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Well,
There's a lot of cold mountain streams out there.
yeah. We have Colorado's bringing on a dog. Michelle was here before. When we did the show from back in November from the GPRS headquarters, Michelle was our guest then. Oh boy, hang on a second, everybody. I got sorry everybody, but we got to see Link here. He's got a heck of a water dish.
Aww.
Yeah, it's a pool, but it becomes a big water bowl.
Does he go swimming?
Not much.
Okay. all
Every
right.
once in a while they'll play in it a bit, but
Okay.
yeah.
All right. I just had to do that. This is
there's-
why we ask you all to stay up.
Bernie and
Is
Willow.
that, oh wow,
Yeah.
is that Bernie?
That's Willow,
Oh.
and
is she a
then
bird
that's
watcher?
Bernie.
Okay.
I'm not sure what she's looking for.
Okay.
And they're
All
both
right.
GPRS alumni. Those
Yep,
Bernie
yeah,
and
both
Willow.
alumni,
Yeah.
both from
Wow.
2020.
Okay. All right. Well, we got to move on because we don't want to go on overtime today. Well, it doesn't really matter. We do it all the time. But so our next dog coming up, he's in Colorado. He's got an interesting story, and I'm purposely not going to go into that because I'll say something stupid and get fired. Wow. I'm almost speechless. 50 pounds overweight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
And that happens how?
Well, when we spend a lot of time in kennels and not a lot of time exercising, and maybe we had a little bit too much people food that we weren't supposed to have. All those things
Wow.
combined over time can make for a chunky friend.
Wow. So that's a good dog. Now there was a note in the video that said that he's probably been an only dog most of his life. Is that significant, or does that mean he would do okay as an only dog, but he also does well with others?
We're working on it because he's
Okay.
been an only dog, or we believe he's been an only dog. He's still not sure how to handle interactions with other dogs.
Okay.
So
He knows how to handle a bully stick, though.
Yes, sir, he certainly does.
Now let me touch on something I just saw. He doesn't counter surf.
No, sir. Matter of fact, when we started walking him through the house so he could learn the lay of the land, if you will, he did not want to go in the kitchen at all.
Uh-oh. That's not a good sign.
He was not a fan, and so we kind of just left that alone. And we've obviously allowed him to roam free in the house, and he just never goes in there.
Okay. Now Debbie put a comment up, but it's not for you. It's for Bert. She said,
Okay.
"Don't worry, Bert. The best is yet to come for you, buddy."
I think so. And whoever gets him is going to be a lucky duck. He is pretty doggone close to perfect.
And how much further does he have on his weight loss?
We're about halfway there.
Okay.
So when we started out, obviously, like the video said, he was 149 pounds. And yesterday he went to the vet for a checkup and he weighed 130.8. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
We have a viewer from in Spain
Wow.
that is saying greetings from Spain. I love to see how people in the world take care of our loyal companions. We need more channels and streams like yours. People must know they aren't toys or decorative items. Man, I'll tell you, Jesus, that is the statement of the century.
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
thank you for supporting us from Spain. How about that?
Wow.
Wow.
that's pretty cool.
Okay, you got to take over now, Lisa, because now I'm starstruck. Wow. So you're halfway there, and how are you accomplishing this safely?
So when we first picked up Bert, he could do about 5 minutes before he started showing signs of being worn out.
Or walking with him?
Yes, walking with him.
Wow, that's it. Poor
That's
guy.
it. But I mean, if he's supposed to be 105 pounds, I mean, that's
He's carrying.
almost half of his body in extra weight.
Yeah,
Right.
That's a lot for
and
him.
it's kind of dead weight too, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean,
sure
come
is.
on, he's looking good there. I remember you posted, you were all excited because he curled up and his hind legs could actually touch him.
Yes, I said he has a waist. I repeat,
Aw.
he has a waist.
Yeah, he doesn't there. That must have been early on.
That was early on. Yeah, you can kind of see that leg, that back hind leg. It just can't pull up the right way to
Yeah.
lay down the right.
Now,
But
in case folks don't know, in case you haven't heard this from your vet, if you own a giant breed, one of the important things that you have for orthopedics is weight control. Okay.
Mhm.
And because, man, that's a lot of strain on orthopedics. And now I don't know if it would cause future problems, but it's uncomfortable at the time. Okay.
Absolutely.
So I'm not a vet. Don't claim to be.
Well, and then the vet did do the shelf test yesterday on all 4 limbs just to make sure that he's got good range of motion. He's not experiencing any arthritis or anything like that. He passed with flying colors. So,
Good. And how old is he?
He's 6.
How- That's what I thought. He's 6.
Perfect adult.
And
Mhm.
all of this happened to him. Now, always remember, from the dog's eyes, it all happened because his very first dad, that probably took very good care of him, got sick. And we don't even know if he's still around. He went into hospice care. That's not a good sign.
No, sir, it sure isn't. And that gentleman that had him did a really good job. He does sit on command. He knows his name. He's
Wow.
from his name. Um,
Now, how far does he walk now? From how long have you had him?
we've had him for just shy of a month, a couple days.
Okay, and how far? And then he couldn't even walk 5 minutes. Now, how far can he walk?
Now we're up to 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the day. We're getting about 1.5 miles in.
Perfect.
Wow, that's super.
Yes.
Great job.
Way to go.
Thank you.
Wow.
And then we also work with his diet because that's just as important. So we obviously, when we first got him, it was clear that he had been eating some people food because the regular kibble, when it was offered, he's just like, no, thank you. I don't want that. And he chose not to eat for a couple of days. And so
he didn't have to. I mean, he had plenty of excess.
Yeah.
right.
But
it's
they still have to eat.
right. That's me. I'm like, well, I'm a mama. You got to eat, baby. That's just all there is to it.
So how are you doing his diet, if you don't mind me
Yeah.
asking? Now, always remember, what works for Bert doesn't necessarily mean it'll work for every dog.
Right.
There's my disclaimer.
So for his weight, he should be eating about 1.5 cups of food a day. So, and he does
A day or each feeding?
no for the day.
Okay. All right.
So we tried doing 2 feeds a day. He still offered 2 feeds a day. He just doesn't eat a lot in the morning. Sometimes he'll kind of snack a little bit, but that's just not his shtick. So we'll make sure that full amount is there for him in the evening, kibble wise. But he also receives chicken breast that is cut. The fat is cut off first, and then it is boiled in plain water, and that's put on the top of it for him so that he has a little bit of extra protein.
Wow, and chicken is good protein for a dog too, and that's what I've heard. So is a scrambled egg. That's what I've heard too. My dogs used to get a scrambled egg a day.
Yeah.
And they got tired of it. Now they won't eat it.
Poor
Can I
Lori.
throw something in real quick here?
Yes.
We have a new up at Kathy's right now in Connecticut that came to us that's severely overweight as well. She couldn't even pick herself up. Kathy and Eddie had to get a sling to lift her up. And in fact, Kathy's with her right now down at their pond. She's lost a little over 30 pounds so far, and she was able to pull herself up out of the pond. So I feel I know what you're going through and how hard it is, and kudos to you for helping him out and giving him a better life.
Well, let's put it this way: if those people wouldn't have surrendered him back, she was going to go take him. So
yeah,
I'm here for it too, aren't I, Steve?
Yeah, and unfortunately, the wife passed away. It was one that Kathy had adopted out, and Kathy went to her funeral, and that's when she noticed that Riley was, a little overweight. So she took over and took him to her place, and her and Eddie work with her every day. And she was at 200 pounds. She just texted me, and she's down to 170 2 weeks ago. So she's probably a little less now, but she sent me a video earlier today where she actually climbed up out of the pond by herself with a little assistance from Chrissy. So kudos to you. Yeah. Keep up the great work.
And in a few minutes, we'll go into who Kathy is. All right.
Yeah.
But for some people that don't know, now I think I read somewhere, or maybe somebody told me that if you put weight on too fast or take it off too fast, neither way is healthy. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. All right. So this is why sometimes if you have an overweight dog, and I'll tell you, the people that sometimes you can see that you're not losing any weight, but you live with your dog every day. Somebody that doesn't see your dog every day would probably be who notices it the most. Okay. Man, I'm telling you, it's hard not to bring Link back up right now, but we've got to focus on Bert for a second here.
I was going to say, Bert's pretty cool too.
Yeah, look at him. I'm sorry, Michelle. Sorry.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
That's fine.
Oh, man.
I was going to say for Kate, we have a bonded pair Border Collie Great Pyre mixes. So I'm like,
oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yours are black and white.
They are black and white, yes.
Yeah, but this he's an Aussie mix though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
She was
but,
talking about
same.
the
It's the
flowers
same
and feathering
family.
and stuff. Yeah.
It's the same family.
Mm-hmm.
So now, what about? I mentioned earlier on that you guys have a fundraiser going on.
We do. So on our Facebook page, we had our fans go ahead and put some ideas in, and we got a lot of great submissions. But we did have one lady, her name's Marcy, and she is a big fan of the idea of disappear, which we know Pyrenees,
Listen up, Lisa.
they love to run, right? Especially when they can find a way out of an enclosure. So we did some t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, and sweatshirts, and it has a Pyrenees running on it. Says
I wish I had
Yeah.
that picture of that shirt. I thought you may have had, might have been putting one up, but
Oh, look
I
at that.
would have-
Michelle might have
I
one.
would have
Uh-oh.
grabbed it.
Michelle always has a little something, right?
Oh man, while you're looking for the picture, sorry,
Yes, sir.
man.
Meanwhile, you're
No,
going to go back.
on the- we got to move the camera back over now. I want to see the
Belly
upside
up.
down pier. There we go.
Oh yeah,
Oh, the belly rubs. There we go.
Cool.
We got to have belly rubs,
Yes,
right? Okay, Michelle's ready. Sorry, guys.
Oh, let me see if I can do this without messing it up here.
I should have downloaded. Here's what we'll do. We've got the link to the fundraiser in the description of the event of the show, and I will add the picture to the comments after the show. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Oh yeah.
Actually, yeah, I see it. Kind of.
This
Glare really sucks, doesn't it?
I know. I'm trying so hard, but
I
not
can see
blocking.
it.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
there you
cool.
go.
That's really cool.
That is. That is.
So that is
It
our
is.
shirt. You can get
So
it
anyway,
in and blue.
the link to get one of, if you buy a shirt, you just donated to PyRescue and Sanctuary's fundraiser. Okay. I'm going to buy one. I
Yeah.
have
How
no
do we
money to
how do we
make it.
get those, Michelle?
I will put the link to it in the comments.
Or
Okay,
you can
thanks,
also,
Steve. Sorry.
if you go over to the link to for the public to be able to click on this, he's also got a link right there at the very top before Bert's bio.
Okay.
Yep. But
Yeah.
I'll send you the link too, Lori, so you don't have to go
Okay.
through all that work.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
Anybody else that needs a link, just make a comment and I'll send you the link personally. How's that? I will only watch the comments until the end of the show, until the end of today. I don't have time to be studying all the comments. We stream to 7 destinations. That means I got to check 7 different places. All right. So, but it'll be in there.
Link.
All right. So, is he ready for adoption?
He is ready for adoption. So just like you put in the video, we do still need for him to follow his diet plan. We want to get him at that healthy weight. We don't want his bones to get arthritis in them or get all messed up. But yeah, he's ready. He would do
Okay.
best in a home, I think, for right now until, he kind of works out this socialization issue. I think that he would do best in a house where he's a recently retired family, something like that. Older children would be okay. Somebody that can, understand that we're going to use soft touches. I think that would be okay as well. He's not been cat tested yet, but based off, this is his demeanor. Seriously.
Well, there's only so much you can do at one time.
Yeah. Right. There you go.
Yeah.
Wow. PyRescue.org. Very
Mhm.
easy website. PyRescue.org. PYRESCUE.org. That's where it's happening for Bert. All right. And all the other dogs. PyRescue and Sanctuary is a facilities-based rescue. Michelle normally takes the behavior cases and medical cases. I thought it was separate fosters, but you're the foster for medical and behavior, right?
For right now, yeah.
Yeah. So it's hard to foster on medical because the bonds you form, sometimes the dog can't leave ever. So, but anyway, PyRescue.org, that's where it's all happening. He looks way different than when he came in because not only
Very
was he overweight, he was not comfortable. He looks relaxed and content.
Yeah.
Yes. We got a question from PyRescue. You got to communicate with them more. How does he do on walks if he meets another dog?
Oh yeah, we got to talk about this because it's so awesome. So Bert, even though he's not sure about face-to-face interactions, when he walks on his walks, he kind of looks up when he sees or hears a dog, and then he just puts his little head to the front, and he just keeps on walking. And then when the dog finishes, like passes by him, he just kind of looks back, like, "Okay, you're still there," and then just keeps going.
So he has
Loose,
no problem meeting another
Yeah.
dog.
the
Now,
leash,
have you
loose
have
the
you
whole
met another dog on a walk that other dog was barking at him? Have you had that happen yet?
No, not yet. I mean, but to be fair, because it is cool today, as Judy's already mentioned, it's only like in the 60s today, which is odd, because it is still warm, and that
Right.
asphalt, we got to be careful with those paws. So he
Yeah.
typically goes pretty early in the morning for his walk. It's usually first thing. That way we can make sure that we're taking care of
Okay.
his little paws. I don't
All
want
right.
anything bad to happen to him.
Cool. So you've got to really, and by the way, the fundraisers are important for rescue. All right. They're not putting a fundraiser out for fun and you get a t-shirt in return. They don't make as much on those. So if you have the means to buy more than one t-shirt, by all means, because every t-shirt you buy, they get a percentage of it. Okay. So, and that's how they survive: adoption fees and T-shirts. So, think about that next time that they have $5,000, $10,000 into a dog, but the adoption fee is only hundreds. All right, think about that. That's why they do fundraisers. They're trying to survive to help the dogs, right?
That's
Right.
right.
So, and GPRS, they do their big calendar contest, and this is only their second year. They're doing very well for just 2 years old infancy of this campaign.
And it's
And
still
t-shirts, you get something in return also. You get a cool t-shirt and designed by viewers. Okay, they didn't say here it is, take it or leave it, but the viewers designed it.
neat.
Okay, so that's pretty cool.
I got the link into the comments for you.
Oh,
And
there
then-
you go. You did it.
And then also, Judy's trying to say they just put new floors in. Those, I mean, as you guys well know,
Yes,
that's
it was. They
very
did.
expensive.
The
And we
new
just gotta have to-
floors, the new floors came in double what they had budgeted for.
Mhm.
Because that's how it always works. Because don't know why. Because so anyway, we have to move forward. And man, thanks for bringing him on. We want to like to see him again before he gets
Yes.
adopted. So you've had a couple of dogs on in the past, haven't you?
Yes, sir. I certainly have.
And you
And
were
they
there
all
when we.
have homes.
Yeah, you were there when we did the show from headquarters too. So I forget who you had on that time. That dog's gone. Every dog that you've fostered has gotten good homes because you won't allow anything less, will you?
No, I sure won't.
You kind of
Yeah,
got
that
to pry
For
the
every
dog.
single one of them.
Yep, you got to pry the dog out of Michelle's cold dead hands sometimes.
As it should be.
But if you think about it, that's the way it should be in rescue.
Yep.
So, because they know where the dogs came from. They may not disclose it to you, but they know. Because if it's too horrible of a situation, they don't want to have you adopt a dog because you felt bad for the dog, so you'll adopt him. That's not what this is about. They want you to adopt the dog to give it a forever home. And forever means just that. So, all right. Wow. Thanks, Michelle. God, I hope we get to, well, you're going to be up next anyway. I hope we get to see him again. I didn't mean to take you down, Michelle. Boy, what a day!
Well, that's
It's been a
quite all
long
right.
week.
I think we got some cool stuff happening next.
Yes.
Yes, we do. And first things first. Who's Kathy?
So Kathy is the founder of that Newfoundland place up in Coventry, Connecticut.
Oh, that's
And-
the name of the rescue. Is that Newfoundland place?
That Newfoundland place. So not only are we a rescue that takes in dogs, we also help people keep their dogs. We help with surgeries. We help with food. We help with training. We help with whatever people need, whether they've gotten their dog from Kathy or not. She's an amazing woman. The whole team is amazing, and I'm so honored to be a part of this team. Her phone never stops ringing, as I'm sure yours does too, Lisa, and everybody else that's in with rescues and trying to help all these dogs out that can, as many as can be helped. But Kathy doesn't just do Newfoundlands. Last year, a gentleman named Albert reached out to her. His Pyrenees was having some ACL issues. He wasn't able to afford the vet bills, and that Newfoundland place stepped up, had the surgery done, and Ben is doing amazing. He's got a Newfoundland buddy that bathes him daily and takes care of him, and he's up to walking around again. And so Kathy goes above and beyond.
So
when anybody steps up and adopts a dog from her, you get food, you get leashes, you get training, you get whatever you need to make sure the dog succeeds in the homes that they go in.
And it doesn't have to be a Newfoundland in some cases.
Nope. So yesterday she got a phone call about 3:00, a dog in distress that was in labor, and the people could not afford to have it a C-section. So they signed the dog over to Kathy, and Kathy had a C-section, and 6 puppies were born yesterday, and they are in a whelping box at Kathy's house today.
Wow.
So, and she's got the overweight dog, and she has probably, I lose track, but I'm going to say 10 or 12 sanctuary dogs that she keeps on the property at all times that cannot be adopted out for whatever reason, seizures,
Right.
For whatever.
And-
but
Well, no, I want to go into whatever reason, because here's what's going on. Bad breeding. It's happening to Newfoundlands. I still can't wrap my head around the fact that a Newfoundland needs a rescue.
yeah, and her. So when I took in, so at the bottom of the screen, you'll see Jelly and Val. They are now Clementine is Jelly Bean, and Val is Dahlia, and they are both in amazing homes. There's Dahlia in her home, and there's her family meeting her for the first time. She is 6. She has always
I can't
had
find
dogs.
Jelly Bean.
What's that?
Where's Jelly Bean? Where's Clementine?
You haven't shown any pictures of her yet. Those are all of Val.
Really?
Dahlia. There's Jelly. There's
Oh,
Jelly. And her name is Clementine. She went to Maine on her first trip, and that's her brother Hugo. And they bonded wonderfully. She's a swimming fool. Where she came from, she had never been in the water before. Kate, I had a pool just like yours when I first brought Jelly home, and she dove right in it and loved it. So
The same
Amy,
picture, isn't it?
yep. Amy has taken her swimming, and she does wonderful with her.
Now,
She's got
this picture. Let's talk about that just for a second.
Yep.
Now, that's a lot of people around a new dog, except for one thing. That's not a new dog in this picture, is it? She wouldn't let any of her family come to her house until Val was ready, who is now, what's her name again?
Dahlia.
Now you wrote it down for me.
Yep.
She wouldn't allow any of her family to come to her home until Dahlia was ready. Is that correct?
Correct. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So
She is she's letting her take the lead, Val/Dahlia, and I hope I'm saying it right.
Oh, so too.
Always had lots of other siblings. So she has always been in the background. And now Brooke is letting her lead, following her lead, trying to make her comfortable and trying to let her be her person for the first time ever in her 6 years. So she's doing wonderful. And Brooke, she couldn't be in a more appropriate home.
Wow.
Val Brooke, I'm sorry, has had multiple dogs, 20 plus years. So she's definitely knows
Cool.
what she's doing.
Now, does she do this to her newfies?
Back to that, huh?
Sorry, Kate.
I don't know. I'll have to ask her to send me a picture, but hopefully because of her black face, she puts some bright white glasses
There
on.
you
so
go.
you can
There
see
you go.
Link.
Let me see what this comment is here. We're having too much fun. All right. Heidi says we have no sound. Boy, at least my audio meter is going out. Let's put
Yeah.
it that way.
Yeah.
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 That's the best I can tell you. So, and I hear everybody, and they're not in the studio with me physically, because we can't talk amongst each other unless we broadcast. Okay, so, but I hope we get that fixed. And Debbie says she hears us. Apparently, Judy could hear us because she was commenting.
Yeah.
All right. And Spain, I can't get over that. I hope you join us again, Jesus from Spain.
Right.
So,
Yeah, that was awesome.
That's neat.
Oh, okay. He probably just needs Link. Just needs the glasses for reading. Okay. So,
Link.
two things on our show. If you come to our show, expect to hear music and have some fun. All right. We don't want to guilt trip anybody into taking a dog. We believe that's the wrong reason to take a dog. Okay.
Yep.
So now, go ahead. You have. I need to move forward here because we're on overtime now. So for those of you that don't want to stay, you don't have to because you can watch the rerun. But you have to do introductions to dogs when you bring them into a new dog into your home, especially if you have multiple dogs. But any dog, they got to get to know each other, or you can have altercations, and that could be creating the altercations if you don't do it right. And
Yep.
a lot of times we'll tell people, well, let's take them for a walk in single file and swap places on sniffing butts. All right. And that's usually very safe. And they can both get to process somewhat. Now, you have 5 resident dogs, right, Lori?
I do.
And you had at one time 3 Fosters at one time, didn't you?
Yep.
And
I had.
you got them all introduced without altercation, and you live alone, don't you? You live by yourself.
I do. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
I don't even know if I could do that. Well, I think I
Well,
can.
I had the help from a wise man that's talking on the show here. Came up and told me butts don't bite, so always make sure that a face meets a butt and there's no problem. So I try to do that. I have several kennel areas out in my backyard, separate fences, so I introduce them slowly through fences and let them interact and see how they're going to do, and then one dog at a time. My old guys, I have a 10-year-old Newfoundland. He could care less who comes in the house. He's whatever. It is what it is. Mr. Tibbs, my peer that I rescued 3 or 4 years ago.
Akbosh. Get it right.
Yeah, he's a pure Akbosh. He's a little sniffy when they first come in and wonders what's going on. But after, an hour or 2, he could care less. My other 2
that's a
dogs,
big difference.
Yep, he could care less. And then I went and got a puppy last year. So he's another Newfoundland.
You got one of those Landseer Newfoundlands as a puppy, didn't you?
I do. Yep, I did. He's
Black
Rip.
and white.
He's from the same place I got Rem. But he's definitely a puppy. And any dog that comes through here, he takes after. I mean, in a good way. They all play. And he was loaded up with Val, Jelly. And then last year I took in a dog named Maddie. And that's who I watched her for the weekend that I had Val and Jelly. So Rip had, his fun weekend with all the girls, and then all of a sudden all of them went at the same time. So he went from 100 to 0 in a day flat, but he adjusts. So but that's what happens around here. And I also have cats too, so I have 4 cats. So.
Wow, you have 5 dogs, 4 cats, and you're not in the crazy house.
I just this is a crazy house.
Bob just said that Pyrenees are some of the best dogs. Wonderful temperament. He had a great Pyrenees for 13.3 years and just adopted another one. And I want to touch on that adopting. Try to if you any possible way to adopt instead of a breeder, let's do that for now. All right. Because
Yes.
there's a lot of bad breeding going on. And what you're doing is if you adopt from any kind of a breeder. Now, if you're talking about Beckmans or somebody like that that's keeping bloodlines going, that's a different story. Okay. But there's not many of them like that. So
And
anytime
unfortunately,
you
all the
adopt
shelters are
from,
full.
yeah, anytime you adopt out of a parking lot, all you're doing is it's a crapshoot for one, and number two, you're just giving them a reason to keep doing it.
Yep.
And from what I can tell, they're breeding them faster than rescues can save them.
Yep. Agreed.
And the breeding that should not be done is the reason why rescues are bulging at the seams, and then they have trouble taking dogs for somebody that's terminally ill or something because of all the other dogs that shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Agreed. And people give up way too fast. I know everybody knows the 3-3-3 rule.
Don't do that. That
you know,
people put a timer on it.
Well, no, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that people, get them, and within a 24, 48, 72-hour period, if they aren't the dog that they thought they were going to be, or they don't get along with this, or they don't listen to them, it takes dogs a long time to decompress. Nobody ever knows what these dogs have gone through in their lifetime, whether it's months or whether it's years. They don't know. I said on the show a few weeks ago when I got Mr. Tibbs, a month, he sat at the French door watching cars, waiting for his family to come back. So wherever these dogs are placed, whether it be a shelter or in a foster, it takes time. Don't give up on them. Don't just have them for a day or two and say, "Oh, I can't do it." You wouldn't do that to a child. Let them figure stuff out. Let them tell you what they need. Don't just give up on them, because they're people. They need to be part of a family instead of just being shuffled and shuffled and shuffled. So I'm sorry I ranted.
No, it's okay. We need you for more advertising.
Good rant.
Good rant.
Thank you. Thanks.
Wow. By the way, just so everybody understands, I work with a lot of rescue dogs, okay? And from start till to finish, on average, it takes a Great Pyrenees, on average, about 8 months to settle in, to know his place. Some a little bit quicker, some it takes a little longer. But it takes on average 8 months for a new dog into your home. I'm talking a rescue dog. I don't care how old they are. It's about the same.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want a puppy, there's been a lot of puppies born in rescue. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's craziness. Spay and neuter. There's no accidental litters if you spay and neuter.
Yep, exactly. Kath just helped out with the 2 Jelly and Vales, where they came from. Kathy spayed all the other dogs in that household, so there wouldn't be any more puppies.
And they weren't even her dogs.
They're not even her dogs. She did not take the dogs in. They're still in the home, but she wanted to assure that, next year we don't get another phone call that they've had too many puppies and can't get rid of them all. So
right. Right. Now, don't confuse this with, all I got to do is call a rescue and they'll pay all my medical bills. No.
Yeah, no.
Not everybody can do that. Kathy must have a budget set aside for that. Okay.
She has wonderful donors and wonderful.
There you go.
Yep. We're doing an open house October 1st, I believe, the first Sunday of the month of October. She has open houses, for people to come and meet the dogs. The reunion is wonderful. They're all past adopters that come back, and people donate all kinds of goodies for basket raffles and all kinds of stuff. So donations help immensely.
Well, yeah, it also helps them survive, just survival. And right now, a lot of rescues, man, they run on a shoestring budget.
Okay?
Yep.
And you're right, Steve. A lot of places can't do that. You're exactly right. And I'm, very thankful that Kathy in that Newfoundland place is allowed to help people out as much as she does.
Okay. All right. On a closing note,
Yeah.
Bob replied his first peer was from a bloodline breeder. And so that means he got his history, had AKC lines, parents, grandparents, etc. And probably got x-rays from all of those people also. That's what I guess would be termed a reputable breeder, if you may. But his current adopted peer is from a rescue, and the rescue was going to put the dog down.
Wow.
That must not have came out right. But it takes time to with a peer to adopt and adapt. Remember, this is a rescue. They rescued that dog from a situation, so they're not just going to pass him out. And the reason why they do this is they got to get to know you. They have to get to know who they're adopting to. Okay, simple as that. So if I wanted to adopt a dog from any of the 6 rescues I work with on training and behavior, I would also have to pry them out of their cold dead hands. Okay, so nobody gets favoritism in a rescue, right?
That's right.
And Newfoundlands need rescues too. What she sees is we with the Great Pyrenees rescue, it's almost turned into like a way of life. And when I saw some of the photos she sent me, I was appalled. I thought I was going to toss my cookies or something. These are Newfoundlands. They save people. Okay. So, man, ain't that something? Holy cow! Sorry, Lori. I had to bring Bert back up. See, it's not just Link, is it?
I'm going to turn the camera down here.
This is his state of mind, 99% of the time.
Wow. All right. Everybody, we thank you for coming on and watch. We got us a black dog. See?
There we go.
All right. We lost him. But anyway, everything's black and white here, right? Obviously, huh? So, wow. Instead of playing our normal exit video, we did when Lori had, when they were named Jelly and Jelly Bean and Val, we had done a video for them. That's going to be our exit video for today. All right. And it will give you how to get in touch with that Newfoundland place to donate, adopt, or whatever. Okay. And
perfect.
Thank I feel you, bad. Lori was coming on, and I got caught with my britches down. I didn't have any links up here. All right. But hi, Nancy. You are watching. Nancy's a long-time viewer of shows. Okay. And thank you, Nancy. But nice work, everybody. Lori, nice work. Lori's new to rescue, kind of. All right. She didn't know it, but she's been doing it for a long time anyway. Those most of her dogs, she saved them from something or another. Isn't that kind of like rescue? Okay. Yep. So I used to bring in retired farm dogs and fix them up and find them a good home to live the rest of their life. And I didn't even know there was a rescue back then. I didn't know anything about it. So
I didn't know when I got Remy either. So I'm glad that I'm a part of it. And there's a lot out there that need help.
And rescues don't have any problem with you getting a dog from a breeder, providing you're not supporting the overpopulation from these backyard breeders that's what they're called. Okay.
Absolutely.
You got to keep bloodlines going.
Right.
You can't just shut all breeders down. That's not good either. So God, look at Bert. God, look at Link. Oh my God.
It's nap time.
Where's Sally Sue?
Siesta.
Where's Sally Sue?
Oh, there he is.
Link. Oh,
I don't know, Birdie Bert.
Was he there at the same time Sally Sue was? I think he was at headquarters. Matter of fact, I know he was.
Yeah.
Because he's maybe next week I'll get clearance. We got a video we've put together, and for some up and coming cool stuff we're working on to happen. Some of it's right out of GPRS's headquarters, and I can't play it yet because I don't have final approval. Nice. I almost did, but I got smart. Yeah. And I made a New Year's resolution about 10 years ago to not get beat up by girls anymore. And think about who runs the majority of these rescues. Okay. So anyway, So we're going to head out. We're going to play Val and Jelly Bean's little video we made for him. That will be our exit video this week. I think I kind of like that instead of our standard exit video. What do you think, Lisa?
Change today. Yep. And thank you to the Fosters for joining us today.
Yes.
Great
we-
job.
Ready for
Always
that.
fun.
Yes.
Yeah,
thank you.
Michelle, thank you. And you got to come back.
I will come back with Bert, hopefully when he's 105 pounds.
Yes.
Because
Don't forget to
winter's
get your
coming.
t-shirts.
Yeah, winter's coming.
Yes.
We won't be able to do live ones out of Pure Rescue's facility. There's a thing they got called snow,
Yep.
right? And they don't measure snow up there in inches. They measure it in feet.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right, everybody. All right, we're out of here. Bye, everybody.
Thank you,
I'll
guys.
tell you
Bye, everybody.
As soon as I find it there.
Bye.